They never wore crowns, but kings borrowed from them. From the Jewish ghetto of Frankfurt, one man raised 5 sons and planted them like arrows across Europe. They funded emperors, moved armies without lifting a sword, and at Waterloo, they knew the outcome before the cannons stopped. Through banks, bonds, and silence, they built an empire no war could touch, and one signature helped shape a nation still burning in the headlines. They didn't need thrones. They owned the kings who sat on them. The silent empire.
More confusion into the situation was a series of last-minute replacements and unexplained absences within the chain of command. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff was General Henry Shelton, but on September 11, he was absent, and his post was taken by his deputy, General Richard B. Myers. The FAA's National Operations Manager was Ben Sliney. On the morning of September 11, Sliney had been on that job for less than 1 day. The protocols required for Mr. Sliney to speak directly with the hijack coordinator, Lieutenant General Mike Canavan. But Canavan on that day was in Puerto Rico, and apparently he had forgotten to designate a replacement. In regards to the ensuing confusion, Mr. Sliney has stated, "That's incredible. There is only one person. There must be someone designated or someone who will assume the responsibility of issuing an order." At the head of the National Command Center was General Montague Winfield. But on the evening of September 10th, Winfield instructed Captain Charles Leidig to take his place on the following morning. Leidig had been just recently certified for that post and was also on his first day on the job. At the Operation Command of NEADS was Colonel Marr. When Marr called his superior, General Arnold, to get authorization to scramble the jets from Otis, he was told that Arnold was in a meeting where he could not be reached by telephone. Marr had to physically send a messenger looking for him. Precious minutes were lost as Marr waited for Arnold to return his call, and when the fighters were finally scrambled, it was too late for them to intercept American 11. The top commander in charge of NORAD was General Ralph Eberhard. Eberhard called General Myers to update him on the situation. But even though both generals knew the country was being attacked by hijacked airplanes, neither of them suggested suspending the war games and recalling all the fighters available as soon as possible. Furthermore, instead of getting on the phone and taking control of the situation in the most crucial moment of the day, General Eberhard chose to get in his car and drive from the Peterson base to Cheyenne Mountain. The 30-minute drive put him completely out of the loop. General Eberhard was also the person responsible for lowering the security level of the defense computer system on the evening of September 10th. And then there was Donald Rumsfeld. The hijack coordinator is in Puerto Rico. No one knows who the replacement is. The military command is in the hands of a total rookie, and the Secretary of Defense is nowhere to be found. After the Pentagon was hit, rather than go to the command center and take charge of the situation, the Secretary of Defense chose to lend a helping hand on the Pentagon's lawn. It's almost as if Rumsfeld didn't feel the need to be informed about what was happening to his country under attack.
For 30 minutes, we couldn't find him. And just as we began to worry, he walked into the door of the National Military Command Center.
In fact, Rumsfeld told the 9/11 Commission that he was just gaining situational awareness when he spoke with the Vice President at 10:39. That's more than 1.5 hours after the whole world knew that America was under attack. Why would so many rookies be placed in key positions? And why would so many top officials be either absent or unavailable on a day when so many exercises were scheduled?
The biggest scam of the world was convincing everyone to work for 60 years straight, sacrificing their youth, dreams, time with loved ones, and personal freedom, all while being told that one day, after decades of labor, they'll finally get to enjoy life. The reality? By the time they retire, they're in their 70s. Their bodies are tired, health problems have begun, and the energy they once had is long gone. What's left is only a short window to live freely. But it's not true freedom anymore. You're shackled by age, medication, and regret. All those moments with family, friends, and past have gone, traded for a paycheck, and when you finally have time, you're too old to enjoy it. That's the real cost of a lifetime of work. Remember that time is the most valuable currency, and trading it all for work without living fully is the real loss.
I think the real perpetrator, the real culprit behind it is the former Vice President, Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney, I would call Darth Vader. Dick Cheney was in charge of everything. He took control of the military prior to and on that day, and he choreographed. The Pentagon, just so you viewers know, is the most heavily defended building in the world. The pilot who allegedly was piloting the plane that crashed into the Pentagon, his name was Hani Handra, and he, according to the 9/11 Commission, was the worst pilot out of the bunch. Now, they supposedly were training on Cessnas, so he went to this flight school, and he was such a poor pilot that the instructors wouldn't even certify him on flying a single-engine propeller plane. Yet, he is supposed to have taken this commercial jetliner and done some aerobatic maneuvers to bring it in almost ground level and go into the side of the Pentagon. So, at the time, it had an active surface-to-air missile defense, so they could shoot down incoming planes. There are more security cameras around the Pentagon, even back then. The FBI confiscated between 80 to 90 videos they have of what hit the Pentagon. They won't release it. Like I said, the more you investigate, the more you don't want to look at it. 9/11 is the biggest lie of our lifetimes.
A lot of questions we need answers. How is this possible? And what footage of this remains? Probably a lot, right? They probably got cameras everywhere. This video is all that's really out there.
Hell no, man. What the f, man?
It's just this. But why? Do they not have cameras on the Pentagon? Let's go find out. Keep in mind that the Pentagon is one of the most heavily guarded buildings in the United States, if not the most. You're now entering the Pentagon reservation. Let's go. So, looks like we made it to the Pentagon. Take a look. This is where Flight 77 hit the Pentagon wall. Let's go. Do you guys know which side the plane hit, actually?
Yeah, this is the side the plane hit on. You can see already from here where it's lighter colored in the center.
Okay.
That's the section they repaired.
Oh, is there like security cameras all over the wall right there?
There are, and that's what you're seeing up there at the top.
Got it.
And you actually, if they catch you taking a picture, they will come out and confiscate.
Oh, really?
You cannot take pictures of the Pentagon. You can take pictures of them.
Are we going to take video?
Not of the Pentagon.
Got it.
He's gonna lose your phone because if he doesn't put it down.
Oh, I see. So, yeah, is the videography different?
It's a camera. You're
I
just
see.
taking a picture of the
Take
Pentagon.
pictures.
If you take a picture of that,
I see. So people don't take photos in front of the Pentagon?
You can go over to the memorial.
take-
Got it. Well, I appreciate you looking out. Yeah, we'll go over there then.
I'm
Yeah.
just telling you.
I talked to the lady. She basically said there's security cameras everywhere.